To be able to have someone who embodies what you believe your country represents is a rare and powerful thing. The daughter of Prince William and Kate Middleton, Charlotte may be a princess by birth, but she quickly becomes a figure of intrigue and admiration. He embodies both youthful charm and a growing sense of responsibility, traits that are now officially recognized thanks to a remarkable rise in the royal family. Princess and stunned the world when she passed on her prestigious title of Princess Royal to 9-year-old Princess Charlotte, shaking the foundations of the monarchy and redefining centuries-old traditions. This historic decision marks a landmark moment in the history of the royal family. For decades, Princess Anne was the ultimate symbol of duty and sacrifice, dedicating her life to her royal duties with an unwavering work ethic. Since receiving the title of Princess Royal at the age of 30, she has worn it with dignity and become one of the most hardworking members of the royal family. Now, with the unexpected dimming of the torch, a new chapter in the history of the monarchy begins, one that puts Charlotte in the spotlight much sooner than anyone expected. What does this mean for Charlotte and the future of the royal family? The consequences are profound. The title of royal princess is not an honor bestowed lightly. It is a role steeped in tradition, duty and service. By giving it to Charlotte at such a young age, and is making a bold statement that conveys confidence in Charlotte's ability to rise to the challenge. It's more than just a symbolic gesture. The move ensures that Charlotte gets an early start on her public career and prepares her for the responsibilities she will inevitably carry as the leader of the next generation of royals. It is impossible to skip the moment of making this decision. King Charles III is currently struggling with serious health problems, including reports of a recent cancer diagnosis, which is putting the long-term stability of the monarchy under the microscope. The royal family must prepare for the future and ensure that its younger members are not only figureheads, but also trained and ready leaders. By transferring the title of Princess Royal to Charlotte, the royal institution is demonstrating its commitment to continuity and modernization. It's not just about keeping traditions alive. It's about adapting it to a changing world while maintaining the dignity and purpose that define the monarchy. Why now? Why Charlotte? These are the key questions that are being asked. Princess Anne, 74, has carried out her royal duties with unwavering determination throughout her life. She has attended thousands of events, met world leaders and worked tirelessly behind the scenes. By choosing Charlotte as her successor, she expresses her faith in the younger generation's ability to uphold the family's mission. In many ways, she is also ensuring that the legacy of her hard work and resilience is passed on to someone who can continue it for many years to come. For Charlotte, it's more than just winning the title. This is the beginning of a lifelong service that will shape her identity and the way she will be perceived by society. The title of royal princess is not only prestige, it is continuity, stability, and a sense of duty. Unlike other royal titles, it is not inherited automatically. It must be earned through sacrifice and merit, which is why an early move to Charlotte is especially noteworthy. In many ways, this move reflects the changing dynamics within the royal family. The next generation is being prepared much earlier than before, and Charlotte's new status is proof of this strategic approach. Although still a child, she is now also a future training leader and charged with continuing the legacy of the monarchy in a way that combines tradition with modernity. The impact of this change will become apparent over time. But one thing is certain, Charlotte is taking on a role that will define her life, under the leadership of her family, especially Princess Anne. She has the potential to become one of the most influential royals of her generation. The world will be closely following Charlotte's journey as the new Princess Royal, a development that could reshape the monarchy for generations to come. For centuries, this role has been a cornerstone of the royal tradition, passed down from generation to generation. By giving it to Charlotte, and builds a bridge between the past and the future. Let's also not underestimate the importance of Charlotte's position in the line of succession. Thanks to the law passed in 2013, which abolished the rule of automatic priority for boys over girls, Charlotte's position as fourth in line to the throne is secured. This is a game changer. Charlotte's upbringing is another important piece of this puzzle, as she is the second child of Prince William and Duchess Catherine. He grows up in an environment carefully balanced between royal tradition and modern family life. Their parents have made it clear that they want their children to have as normal a childhood as possible. Despite enormous public criticism, This balance between normality and responsibility will be crucial for Charlotte as she navigates her new role. But let's not forget what this is all about. Being a princess royal is no walk in the park. It is a role that requires intense public scrutiny, endless expectations, and a lifetime of service. Charlotte has tons of charm and poise. This can be seen in their public appearances, but the real test will come when he grows up. Will she be able to balance her royal duties with the pressure of growing up in the spotlight? That's the million-dollar question. Anne's decision also signals a broader change in the monarchy. The royal family is under increasing pressure to modernize and stay relevant in today's dynamic world. By giving Charlotte such a prominent role, they don't just give her a title. They present it as a symbol of a new, more progressive era. It's a smart move that highlights the importance of capturing the attention of younger generations while respecting the importance of tradition. This move is also a masterclass in mentoring, and doesn't just step aside and leave Charlotte to solve the problems on her own. She will undoubtedly be a driving force, sharing her wisdom and experience as Charlotte grows into the role. Anne's legacy is one of hard work, dedication, and a no-nonsense approach to royal life. If Charlotte can commit to even a fraction of that, she'll be in good shape. What makes Charlotte's stance even more compelling is her potential to redefine what it means to be a royal in the 21st century. The times of purely ceremonial duties are over. Members of the royal family are now expected to champion causes, engage with the public, and use their platforms for good. Thanks to her natural charisma and youthful energy, Charlotte is perfectly prepared to take on these challenges. This transition also raises interesting questions about gender and leadership in the monarchy. Historically, royal roles and titles were often influenced by outdated ideas of primogeniture. However, Charlotte's fame shows that the family is ready for change. By promoting a young girl to such a prominent role, they are sending a strong message about equality and the evolving nature of the monarchy. The public's reaction to this news was a mixture of excitement and curiosity. Charlotte has already won many hearts with her confident attitude and engaging public appearances. But this new title carries higher stakes. We will be watching closely to see how she handles the pressure and what impact she will have on the future of the monarchy. As Charlotte grows into her new role, she will also have the opportunity to develop her own identity within the royal family. While she will undoubtedly draw inspiration from Anne's legacy, she will also have the opportunity to bring her own unique perspective to the role. Whether it's through charity work, community involvement, or other initiatives, Charlotte is poised to leave a lasting mark on the monarchy. Anne's choice is a turning point for the royal family and shapes its future in surprising ways. The latest symbol of Corona's continuity and progress. It is worth noting that this move is not only about the present, it's about securing the future of the monarchy. In a world increasingly skeptical of traditional institutions, the royal family must prove its importance. By investing in the younger generation and assigning them significant roles, they demonstrate their commitment to development and adaptability. Charlotte's new title is an important part of this strategy. Of course, none of this guarantees that everything will go smoothly. The challenges facing us are enormous. The royal family is under constant scrutiny, and any mistake is magnified 100-fold. But if Charlotte is up to the challenge, and all indications are that she can, she will be a key figure in shaping the monarchy in the years to come. What does this mean for the entire royal family? This is a clear sign that they are thinking long-term. By giving Charlotte this opportunity now, they are not only preparing her for the future, they are also sending a message about the direction they want the monarchy to go. It's about continuity. Yes, but it's also about change. Maintaining balance has never been more important. Charlotte's journey as a royal princess has only just begun, and it promises to be fascinating. As she assumes this new role, she will carry not only a title, but also the hopes and expectations of the nation. That's a lot for a 9-year-old, but if anyone can handle it, it's her. With Anne's guidance and the support of her family, Charlotte will become a significant figure in the next chapter of the royal story. As we delve into the significance of this titular transfer, it's important to understand what makes the role of the Princess Royal so special. This title, historically reserved for the ruler's eldest daughter, was often associated with a sense of duty and service, and has exemplified this through her decades of involvement with various causes, including her work with Save the Children and many other charities. Giving Charlotte this title is not just a symbolic gesture. but a challenge and an opportunity to continue the legacy of service. Charlotte's early exposure to public life prepared her to take on this responsibility. From accompanying her family to important events to interacting with the audience, she has demonstrated the ability to connect with people, which will be an invaluable skill as she grows into her role. Her interactions with the audience are characterized by a natural charm and warmth, suggesting that she is well suited to the demands of royal life. But what does having a young princess royal mean for the monarchy in our times? On the one hand, it signals a willingness to adapt and accept change. The British monarchy, as a traditional institution, has often been criticized for its slow development. By elevating Charlotte to such a prominent role, the royal family is taking a step toward modernization. The move highlights the importance of connecting with younger generations and addressing current issues. Charlotte's role is likely to include a mix of traditional tasks and modern initiatives. She can take on ceremonial roles, such as representing the monarchy at official events, while also championing causes that resonate with her generation. Issues such as climate change, mental health and social equality are likely to feature prominently in her work, reflecting the monarchy's changing priorities. This transition also highlights the importance of mentorship within the royal family. Anne's decision to pass on her title not only means giving up her role, but also leading the next generation. Anne's experience and wisdom will be invaluable as Charlotte navigates the complexities of royal life. Mentoring will provide Charlotte with a solid foundation as she grows into her responsibilities. While the title of Princess Royal is of great importance, it also provides Charlotte with a unique platform to carve out her own identity. Unlike her siblings, who can play different roles in the monarchy, Charlotte's position allows her to carve her own path. This individuality will be key because they will be able to reconcile the expectations of their role with their own aspirations and interests. Looking ahead, Charlotte's journey will undoubtedly be shaped by the changing dynamics of the royal family. As time passes and new challenges arise, the monarchy will need to continue to adapt. Charlotte's role as Princess Royal will be a key part of this development, serving as a bridge between tradition and progress. The decision to give Charlotte this title also reflects a broader trend within the monarchy, namely an emphasis on continuity and stability. In a world that is constantly changing, the ability of the royal family to adapt while maintaining its core values is crucial. By investing in the younger generation, the monarchy ensures its relevance and resilience to future challenges. Charlotte's ascension to the role of royal princess is a moment of great significance not only for her, but for the entire monarchy. It marks the beginning of a new chapter, full of promise and potential. As Charlotte matures into this role, she will have the opportunity to make a lasting impact on the institution and the people it serves. The twists and turns in the history of the royal family show how one moment can shape the monarchy forever. Bloodlines, battles and betrayals. In the year 1066, the royal situation in these beautiful islands was gaining momentum. Sure, there have been kings and small nations before, druids before that, and even Pangaea if you want to be more geologically specific. But we have to start somewhere, and 1,000 years back seems fine. Farewell to Ethelred the Unready and his drama. This is where William the Conqueror and his great achievement, the Norman Conquest, come into play, even though Norman actually just means French. Back then, people were very keen on having lots of children, but to spare everyone the headache, let's skip a few. William's 3 most important children, Wilhelm II, Heinrich I and Adela. If you know anything about the royal succession, great, you're at the front. If not, know that there were crowns to be won back then. The biggest boy was in trouble, but a nice army and efficient diplomacy helped. When William the Conqueror died, William II received the crown. He did not marry and died in mysterious circumstances while hunting with his brother Henrik. Surprise! Henry I becomes king. Henry wasn't particularly good at following the rules himself. He had 26 children, but only 2 were officially legal. When his son drowned in a shipwreck, he swore that his daughter Matilda would become queen. He also made promises to all his knights. Guess what? When Henry died, Matilda was busy in France and her cousin Stephen took the throne faster than you could say. Civil War. Matilda finally returned, sparking years of fighting over who would rule. Technically, she ruled parts of the island, but since she did not receive an elaborate coronation, her royal status was uncertain. Stephen's children either didn't care or were nuns. The crown thus passed to Henry II, Matilda's son. He had 4 sons of his own: young Henry, Richard the Lionheart, John and Geoff. Guess who died young? Henry II believed that all the waiting for the king's death was a disaster. He crowned young Henry as co-king while he was still alive because he believed that 2 kings were better than 1. Spoiler: it wasn't. Young Heinrich rebelled. Another civil war broke out and he died of dysentery. Fast forward to the story of Richard I, the Lionheart, who was more interested in crusading than ruling and left England in the hands of his younger brother John. John, known for his disastrous rule, lost most of the English lands in France, waged costly wars and clashes with the barons, which ultimately led to the signing of the Magna Carta in 1215, a document that shaped constitutional law for centuries. After John's chaotic reign, we got the Edward series. Edward I, known as Longshanks, was a powerful warrior king who conquered Wales and attempted to bring Scotland under English control. His son Edward II was a weak and unpopular ruler, overthrown by his wife Isabella and her lover Roger Mortimer. Her son Edward III. He restored England's military glory with victories in the 100 Years' War and had 5 sons who set off a complex web of succession disputes. Despite the military successes of Edward III, the descendants of his sons dragged England into the Wars of the Roses, a brutal civil war between rival branches of the Plantagenet family, the Lancasters and the Yorks. Richard II, grandson of Edward III, was overthrown by his cousin Henry IV, the first king of Lancaster. During his reign, there was a conflict and the throne was transferred to his son, Henry V, famous for his victory at Agincourt. But Henry V died early and left behind his young son Henry VI. Throne. Henry VI was born weak and plagued by mental illness, deposed by Edward IV of the Yorkist faction, then briefly reinstated before being finally defeated. Edward IV secured the throne, but after his sudden death, his 12-year-old son Edward V was proclaimed king. However, his uncle Richard, Duke of Gloucester, took over as protector, declared the boy illegitimate, and took the throne as Richard III. The young king and his brother mysteriously disappeared in the Tower of London and were probably murdered. Richard III's reign was short-lived. He was defeated at the Battle of Bosworth by Henry Tudor. Later, Henry VII. In 1485, Henry VII, the first Tudor monarch, ended the Wars of the Roses by marrying Elizabeth of York, thus uniting the warring houses. His son, Henry VIII, is one of England's most famous kings, known for having 6 wives, breaking with the Catholic Church and founding the Church of England. Henry VIII passed new inheritance laws, giving preference to male heirs, but this still led to chaos. His only son, Edward VI, inherited the throne when he was only 9 years old, but died at the age of 15. Before his death, he bypassed his Catholic half-sister Mary and Protestant half-sister Elizabeth, and named Lady Jane Grey as his successor. Jane reigned for only 9 days before Mary overthrew her and had her executed. Mary I, or Bloody Mary, tried to restore Catholicism but died childless, leading to the reign of Elizabeth I. Elizabeth I reigned for over 40 years, establishing England as a Protestant nation and overseeing the defeat of the Spanish Armada. However, she died without issue, ending the Tudor dynasty. James VI enters. Scotland appeared, who also became James I of England in 1603 and established the Stuart line. James's son, Charles I, fell out with Parliament over his belief in absolute monarchy, leading to the English Civil War. He was executed in 1649, and England briefly became a republic under Oliver Cromwell. Cromwell ruled as Lord Protector, but after his death his son Richard proved ineffective and the monarchy was restored under Charles II. Charles, known for his numerous mistresses and illegitimate children, had no legitimate heir, so his brother James II took the throne. However, James' Catholicism disturbed Protestant England. His daughter Mary and her husband William of Orange were invited to the throne in the Glorious Revolution that forced James into exile. William and Mary ruled together but had no children, so the throne passed to Mary's sister, Queen Anne. Anna had 17 pregnancies, but had no heirs. Tired of succession crises, the Parliament passed the Treaty of Establishment in 1071, thanks to which the crown fell into the hands of a Protestant family from Hanover. Thus, George I, a German prince, became King of England in 1774, thus founding the Hanoverian dynasty. His son, George II, retained the throne and was succeeded by George III, who infamously lost his American colonies but led a long and turbulent reign. Then came George IV, a scandal-prone king with no legitimate heirs, and his brother William IV, who also had no surviving children. The throne then passed to Queen Victoria, who ruled for much of the 19th century and oversaw the expansion of the British Empire. She was followed by her son Edward VII and then George V, who renamed the royal family the House of Windsor during World War I. Edward VIII succeeded him, but abdicated out of love to make way for his brother George VI, who led Britain through the Second World War. As George VI, in 1952, his daughter Elizabeth II became queen and reigned longer than any other monarch in British history. After her death, the throne passed to her son Charles III. Above, and next in line is his son William, followed by William's son George. The monarchy has survived centuries of power struggles, betrayals, and changing rules. But is this still relevant in today's world? Share your thoughts and join us for more engaging stories from the ever-changing pages of history.